Here's what amazes me. To their dying breath, liberals will defend big government. The overwhelming number of liberals out there have never read a federal statute. They don't read the federal regulations. Nobody can. They really don't even know what the federal government's doing in that sense. So they surrender their free will and their independence, wittingly and unwittingly, to bureaucracies, to departments and agencies, to politicians. It is amazing to me. They'll tell you we need more regulations, having never read one regulation. And we say, when will this end? When will this end? How many more regulations? Now, in your case, our case, they might say, well, you've never read these regulations either. Well, we don't support them. Well, maybe some of them are good. We don't debate in the alternative. We're willing to live our lives in a free society. And we don't want to spend our time reading 85,000 pages of regulations every year. And we're not going to, and neither is anyone else, as a matter of fact. So when people tell you we need more regulations, they don't even know what they're talking about. They don't even know what regulations have been implemented over the last 6 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years. As I've said before, over the last 11 years, there's been 1 million pages of regulations. That's just one example. If you were to say to a liberal, we really ought to control the amount of money that goes into campaigns, or a liberal will say that to you. We really need to control it. Do they know what the limits are right now? No, they don't have any idea. Have they read the existing campaign laws? No. Well, did they know there's strict limits already, which there are? Doesn't matter. It's knee-jerk. They oppose liberty. They oppose free will. They oppose free markets. Then if you stand up to them and you dare to cite the Constitution, well, there's something wrong with you. You're too rigid. While ideologically, they're the most rigid. Now, the great thing about conservatism is we have certain hard and fast principles. Now, we debate on the edges, no question, but those hard and fast principles, much of the time, allow people to live freely, to make their own decisions if they're within the law, if they're moral. Otherwise, go at it. Invent, produce, enjoy, be happy. The Constitution's no different. The Constitution isn't a straitjacket, it's the opposite. The Constitution limits government. The Constitution creates checks and balances. The Constitution, the Ninth Amendment, is essentially a restatement of unalienable rights. And the 10th Amendment breaks down power so it doesn't become centralized, because that is the basis for the fall of every republic prior to ours. So our philosophy isn't narrow. It's a way of life. And it's a way of encouraging life. Encouraging liberty. It's a way of improving the human condition. This Obama spectacle tonight, it'll be all about government. I've got a government program, and the government's going to do this, and the government's going to do that, and on and on and on. We're all about the person, the individual, and the family. And we're considered the extremists. Oh, you must be right-wing. Why, because we're for liberty? It's amazing. We embrace the Enlightenment. We embrace the Enlightenment. We embrace John Locke and Montesquieu and Adam Smith and Hume and so many others. We embrace Edmund Burke. We embrace progress, not progressivism, human progress, built on experience, built on tried and true principles. We will not accept a colder personality like Obama, a Pied Piper, who keeps rearranging society. One man rearranges society. Who the winners should be, who the losers should be, who can be successful, who can't be successful, and on and on and on. And the liberals accept every bit of it. And tomorrow Obama will be gone and replaced by another leftist, and then they'll have another cult of personality. Right? Right. And yet we don't have that. You hear me criticizing Republican after Republican after Republican who throws in with this crowd by hook or by crook. You won't hear a liberal Democrat do that. They can't do it. Because they're not thinking. They're ideological. They're knee-jerk. They're reactionary. They're not for liberty. They're for government. They're not for the individual. They're for government. They're not for the rule of law. They're for government. Except one day they wake up and turn around and say, oh, my God, what the hell's happened here? I live in a police state. You did it!